Okay, family, we should be live. We should be live. Y'all see we got some new things going on. I hope y'all can see it and feel it and all that good stuff. Let me see. It's happening. It's happening. We are live, family. Butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in the book. It's the wellness community. I'm so happy to see all of y'all butterflies in the chat. Hey, Sacred Lotus, Deidre, E. Kane. Y'all, let me tell you, hey, Emil. Y'all, let me tell you. So, Darcel, thank you to Darcel, who sat down and did a whole tutorial for me on how to use StreamYard. Y'all know I'm not a technology person. Okay, y'all know that's not really my forte, but I'm always open to learning and open to adjusting. So I want to send an abundant amount of love to Darcel Andre for sharing his screen with me and teaching me how to use StreamYard and all of the beautiful benefits of it. And I hope y'all like the look. I hope y'all like the setup. Look at that. Look. Deidre, you on the screen, girl? Come on, come on. Is this chef? Is this the chef? Look, you see, look. Come. Let me find my girl. Let me find my girl. Where's she at? Where's she? I saw her comment. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. My love. Here she go. My girl, Emilion. My girl. Look, you see? So it's so dope, y'all, and I'm super excited because I get to share in y'all love and reactions in real time. So I'm very grateful for this. This is something new, and I hope y'all enjoy it and y'all love it. And to my moderators, y'all don't have to keep on putting the wellness community link in the chat because it's at the bottom of the screen. So anybody who wants to join can view it, and it's so many beautiful benefits. You know, it's an upgrade. Let me upgrade your automatic cage. Just with your necktie to purple label. Y'all know I was listening to Beyonce right before I got started. Okay, that first album. Let me tell you something. Before we get into the full moon in Gemini, let's get into the discussion. Beyonce, that first album, Sister Queen, I don't know if you will ever see this, but let me tell you something. You did something. Every album, you know I'm a fan. I stand. But that first album, let me hear you. Rather be with you. I'd rather be with you because I love the way you scream my name. Let me stop singing because I don't want YouTube to pick up on the vocals and they're going to think it's really her singing. And then they might try to, take copyright because they're going to think it's really her. But yes, Speechless. Come on, Deidre. Speechless. Come on. You got me speechless. Where you been, baby? Come on, B. Come on, B. Yes. Yes. All I can say is B. You could do a tour from Dangerously in Love alone. That's a tour alone. I will sit from track 1 to the final. I don't know how many, but to the last. And if you want to throw a bonus, throw a bonus. But that one, what's my other one? I said yes to your mama and yes to you dating me. Yes, we can be together, but you gotta wait for me. The first time I said no, it's like I never said yes. Come on. Come on, B. Come on, B. Come on. That's the album. Okay. Every song was a single. She always talk about the 5. Every song was a single. That's how I like it, baby. You know what to do and you know what to say. Come on. I stand. Y'all know before I do any moon video, I gotta listen to Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. We on Gemini. It's a full moon in Gemini. Okay, I got to. It's no skips. No skips, Mia. No skips. Not a single skippable record on that album. Beyonce Dangerously in Love was it was, is, and forever and always will be a classic. I need y'all to stamp that. Stamp that. It is a classic from top to bottom. Classic, honey. She came in with a vengeance. Okay, with a vengeance. All right, but listen to me, Clear. We have a full moon. First off, I hope all of y'all are well and happy and whole and thriving and all that good stuff. We have a full moon in Gemini that is coming upon us quickly. It's approaching. But y'all know I love to, when I can, I love to do these videos early because we have the shadow period. So the full moon in Gemini peaks on December 7th at 11:07 p.m. Eastern time. So December 7th, 11:07 p.m. Eastern time, the full moon in Gemini peaks. But this is the thing. As we know, any moon phase has a peak, but that does not mean that that's the only time that you can channel that energy, feel that energy, or work with the energy of that moon phase. This full moon in Gemini peaks December 7th, but you can feel the shadow period, what's known as the shadow period, where the energy can still be felt and worked with and all that good stuff. The shadow period began December 4th. Shout out to Hove. We were speaking to B. Shout out to Hove. It was his birthday, JC. The full moon energy can be felt from December 4th to December 11th. So 3 days before and 3 days after the peak, right? So as of right now, we are feeling the remnants, the prelude, I should say, of the full moon in Gemini. We are feeling the energy. And what does all of that mean? What does all of that mean? Now, this, y'all, I gotta let y'all know that this is the last full moon of the year. This is the last full moon of 2022. And for me, to me, this is the perfect one. The one of the best ways to end a year is to end with a full moon in Gemini. And why do I say that? Because a lot of folks, when we think about Gemini energy, a lot of folks think about being two-faced, being double-sided, but there's another aspect to the Gemini where it's all about duality. When I think of Geminis, I think of duality. No negativity. I'm not gonna say no negativity because it depends on how you use it, huh? Depends on how you use it. We all know some Geminis, huh? We all done had to handle a Gemini or two in our day, huh? So I ain't gonna say no negativity, but I'm gonna say it's duality. It just depends on how you use it and how you channel it. Okay. With the full moon in Gemini, first off, we know full moons are all about release. Full moons are all about release, to let go. Gemini is about the duality. Now, the duality with Gemini that I like to focus on is the spiritual versus the physical. Your higher self versus your, I don't want to say so much lower self, but higher self versus your not so high self. That spiritual, that intuition versus that physical, that flesh. That spiritual, that intuition versus that ego. Okay? This full moon in Gemini is the perfect way to round out the year, simply because it gives us the opportunity to release anything that is causing us to feel stuck, that's blocking us from connecting our spirit to this physical realm experience, our flesh. This is the opportunity we get to clear our bridge. I always tell y'all, the spirit leads the mind leads the body. That's ideally what it means to live a spirit-led life. You move, you function from your spirit. You allowed your spirit to guide you and to lead you and to decide what will we do next? How do we give and how do we receive, right? That's the idea of it. However, because of our physical, come on, Diddy. Come on, Diddy. Don't hurt yourself. Beyonce said, don't hurt yourself. Okay, because of our physical experience in our environment, a lot of us have gone further and further away from the spirit. We have a lot blocking our bridge. The spirit leads the mind leads the body, ideally. But the physical environment has caused a lot of trauma, has caused a lot of pain for many people. And your bridge, your mind is cluttered and clogged with the what ifs and the fear, the concern, the survival mode that physical environment has instilled in the mind. So, this is the perfect time to release anything that is blocking you from connecting that physical to your spirit, bringing the two together to become one. That's why I love the full moon in Gemini so much, because oftentimes, oh, Diddy, you think you're slick. Y'all, Diddy think he's slick. I had a little napkin in my pocket, and that's why Diddy was over here being slick, because he done got me for my napkin. He ain't no good. Diddy slick. You got to watch him. Y'all think he cute, but he a hustler on the low. Okay, so y'all hear him tearing up the napkin, he tearing it up. So the full moon in Gemini, the beautiful aspect of it is, again, it gives us the opportunity to bring the two together to become one, right? To create harmony between the spirit and the physical, which again involves clearing the mind, So what I want y'all to know is that we are going to get some clear, actionable steps. I'm gonna make this video short and sweet, huh? We ain't got time for the play. I'm gonna give y'all some clear, actionable steps. The first thing I want you to do is some journal work. In this journal work, I need you to be honest. I need you to be transparent. And I want you to ask yourself, what are you holding on to? I want you to think about all grudges. Think about all relationships that have turned sour between family, friends, anybody. I want you to think about the residual feelings that you have left from negative experiences that you had. You don't have to go in detail if you don't want to, but if you can, that's best. But I want you to just list them. List the grudges, list the hurt, list the pain, list anything that is blocking your bridge, anything that you still think of. List the concerns and the fear that other people have placed in you. When you threw out ideas and they said, but what if? But what if that doesn't work? But what if you can't do it? What if that doesn't really make sense to me? I don't feel like that's a good idea. I want you, anything that you think of, anytime you think about, I want to achieve this and I want to do this, but then you remember what somebody instilled in you because of their own fear. I want you to write that down too. Write down anything that you are holding on to that's blocking your bridge. The thing about it is, as we enter into a new year, we have new opportunity, right? So, of course, we're going to start manifesting. We want to manifest. We're going to start, for the new year, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I want y'all to know that the planetary alignment is conducive to that. It's conducive to us, for us to manifest. It's conducive for us to move in action. 2023 is going to be a very action-centered year. You're going to feel the urge, the motivation to move. But the question is, what is blocking you from moving in your divine alignment? What's hindering you? What's stopping you from moving in your divine alignment? Oftentimes, for many of us, that blockage comes from our own internalized fear, concern, self-doubt caused by our physical environment, our physical experiences, our physical trauma, our physical relationships that left us with residual hurt and pain and anxiety that's blocking our bridge. You can't follow your spirit because your bridge is cluttered with the perception of the physical environment. And I want you to release that. I want you to release all residuals from the physical environment. Moving forward, we are spirit-led only. If you are in the wellness community, shout out to the wellness community, butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in the book. It's the wellness community. Okay, shout out to the wellness community. If you are in here, I love you dearly. I love you dearly. This work that we are doing, wellness community, if you was in the book club meeting, we read the 7 spiritual laws of success. The first law is what? The law of pure potentiality. the law of pure potentiality. Wellness community, this work is going to help you restore your pure potentiality. I want you to walk in purity. I want you to step into purity. I want you to remember who you are from your spirit before the trauma, before the hurt, before the pain, before the fear, before the self-doubt. Remember who you are. To do that, we have to unclog our bridge. We have to unclog our bridge. So this step right here is going to be the key to releasing all of the grudges, all of the hurt, all of the pain. That is your work for this full moon in Gemini. We are releasing. So again, write it all down. Write it all down. And before you take the next step, which is going to be to burn it, before you take the next step, y'all may be upset with me. Y'all may be upset with me. I'm about to give you a challenge, family. I'm about to give you a challenge. This is going to be the real work, Shantae. The challenge for you is call them. Have a conversation with them. Talk to them. Get it out. Release it. Let it go. Give other folks the opportunity to step into their pure potentiality. Have the conversation. That grudge that you've been holding on to from that old friendship that dissipated, they sent you a message a while ago trying to apologize, but you kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to give them another chance. Have the conversation. Talk to them. Make peace. Come on, 4-page letter. Come on, 4-page. I'm writing you a 4-page letter, and I enclosed it with some shit. Okay, no, for real, y'all. We are coming in peace because remember, wellness community, remember we talked about the law of pure potentiality, and I was honest with y'all and transparent with y'all, and I said, what I had to work on the most with mastering the law of pure potentiality, and I'm still a work in progress in, is I see my own ability to return to my pure state. I see the ability of things and sayings to return to its pure state. But I told you what I had to work on, and I'm constantly a work in progress, is giving others the opportunity to return to their pure state. That's my work. And that's the work that I'm sharing with y'all. I'm challenging you. Challenge. I'm challenging you. Are you willing to give others the opportunity to show up in their pure potentiality, to fulfill their ability to be pure and dust themselves off and try again? This is a Beyoncé and Aaliyah live, huh? Are you giving folks the opportunity to return to their pure? Okay, and I want to answer this because Deidre said, can I release and move on and end it on a better term? This is the thing. Y'all, when it comes to having these conversations, what's the other law that this applies to? What's the other law that this applies to? 7 spiritual laws of success. Listen, when it comes to having these conversations, you have to detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome. Oftentimes, we go into these conversations, and I'm telling you, have the conversation, release it, let it go, forgive, move forward. We coming into this new year. If we want to unclog our bridge, you can't have a grudge with somebody and think that you have a clear bridge. To have a grudge, that's holding on to something. That's holding on to some resentment. that's holding on to some residual emotion, some residual anger. And I'm not saying that there's not a place for that. That's a valid emotion. Those are valid feelings. But if we're talking about true forgiveness, to forgive is to release anger and resentment. Okay. So this work right here, we're talking about clearing our bridge. I'm speaking to the people who truly, truly, truly are ready to just release and be free and return to their pure state. Because how can you return to your pure if you're still holding on to old? How can you return to your pure if you're still holding on to anger and resentment and holding grudges and having hatred and ill will and ill feelings towards people? How can you return to your pure if you have not allowed yourself to completely cleanse it? And I'm not saying that the only way to cleanse it is to have the conversation. But what I am saying, it damn sure could help. It damn sure could help, because sometimes we want to pretend like having these conversations aren't necessary. Sometimes you need to talk to the person. Sometimes, even if they don't understand what you're saying in the moment, they might get it later. They might get it later, but sometimes you just need to release it and you just need to let it go, and you need to just be free of that. Get those emotions out of your body. So I'm not saying that you got to call all of them, but I'm saying if your spirit leads you to, if your spirit urges you to pick up the phone, urges you to reach out, you don't know what work they've been doing. And this is what I mean with the law of pure potentiality, and giving others the right to return to their pure state. You don't know what work they've been doing. They may have been doing some healing work. They may have been taking some accountability. They may have been doing some self work, and they're ready for the conversation. They're ready to start it. They may just have fear because they not listening to a live like this. They don't have nobody with their hand on their back saying, hey, reach out. They may be concerned because they don't know how you're going to respond. So don't be afraid to take that step. But the key is the law of detachment. Detach from the outcome. The law of intentionality. What's your intention? Is your intention to make them agree with you? Is your intention to switch them and flip them to your side? Or is your intention to release and gain some understanding? I want to release and I want to gain some understanding. I want to understand how you feel. I want to understand what you're thinking. Okay. And at the end of the day, even if that outcome is not achieved, even if all that happens is you released, that's okay. That's enough. Even if all that happens is that you tried and you gave it a shot, guess what? You made a conscious right choice, the law of karma. So you see, wellness community, you see how we've been doing our work. You see how you read the book. We discussed the book. You got your notes. Now it's time to put it in action. And this is the challenging part, because you know better, now do better. You got the knowledge, now act on it. Align that spiritual, that mental, and that physical. You got the knowledge, act on it. Do better. Do something with it. Okay? So it's just a challenge. Take the challenge if you want to. Consider it. Again, you don't have to call everybody. You don't have to contact everybody. But maybe one old friend that you lost connection with. Maybe one old little thing. Old little I was watching Glorilla interview on the Breakfast Club, and Glorilla said a little yeah. She got her little yeah. And maybe one old little yeah that you want to, reach out to. Ring, zing, zong, ring, and zing, zing. You don't know what's going to come of that. You don't know what's going to come of that. You know what I'm saying? Reach out. Have a conversation. It may be a parent. It could be an elder who you don't know how that elder has grown. You don't know if they've returned to their pure state. You don't know if they've been doing their healing work. Okay? So think about it. Consider it. Yes, come on, ring, zing, zong. Ring, a zing, 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 zong. You may get some ding dong. So ring, a zing, 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 zong. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know what could come of it. Just give it an opportunity and give it a chance. So that's my challenge for you with this full moon in Gemini. Now, I'm going to just say this. I ain't trying to rub it in. I ain't trying to rub it in. But I am going to tell you, of course, we got another planet that is going to help us and assist us in this work. That other planet is Mars. Mars is our planet of action and aggression. Mars is our planet of action and aggression. Mars is in conjunction with the moon in Gemini. So I know a lot of y'all may be thinking, well, if Mars is the planet of action and aggression and it's in conjunction with the moon, then doesn't that mean that it's going to be an aggressive conversation? Doesn't that mean that we might argue? No, babes, because Mars is in retrograde. Mars is in retrograde. So as opposed to aggression, as opposed to too much assertiveness, Mars is dwelling a lot in that divine feminine ease energy. Mars is dwelling heavy in that divine feminine ease energy. That Mars in retrograde in conjunction with the moon in Gemini, honey. We're looking at ease. We're looking at peace. We're looking at calm. So yes, you may still feel motivated to change and to transition, to release, to let go, to have these types of conversations, but they're not going to be as intense. They're not going to be as aggressive. We are moving with ease. The law of least effort. Come on, divine alignment. Come on, divine alignment. And wellness community, I promise you, this is just falling into play. I promise you, I'm not playing with y'all. I promise y'all, we just had this conversation. We just did our book club meeting and look at the planetary alignment. I promise you, I'm not playing with y'all. It just fumbled like that. It just fell like that, family. It just fell like that. And if you're not in the wellness community and you haven't read The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, get into it. Get into it. Join the wellness community. We did the book club meeting. The replay is available in the Patreon, $5 a month only. For the whole Patreon, it's been here for 3 years. We got a lot of posts. It's over 100 and something posts in there. The one of the last posts is the replay of the Zoom where we discuss the 7 spiritual laws of success. We went through each law, talked about how to apply it. There is a PDF document in there with all of my notes from the book, so you can skim and glaze over the notes if that's what you choose to do. But join wellness community. Look at the planetary alignment. So Mars in conjunction in Gemini, also in retrograde, eases tension, brings calm, brings ease, brings in the law of least effort. So right here, with just this planetary alignment alone, thank you, babes. I appreciate that. Get into the wellness community. Get into the wellness community. Come on, friend. Come on, friend. Get into the wellness community, y'all. Only $5 a month. So yes, the 7 spiritual laws of success right here in this planetary alignment. Again, the law of pure potentiality. We are returning to our pure state. That's the purpose of writing down the grudges, writing down the trauma, writing down anything that is blocking your mental bridge and preventing your physical from connecting with your spirit. Your mind is the bridge between your spirit and your physical. So we're going to clear that bridge, release it, get it all out. You may make some phone calls where you can have these conversations. And I do want to be clear. When you're having these conversations, law of intentionality, you are minding your intention. Your intention is to receive understanding, receive some understanding, and maybe release some grudges. We are letting go. We are releasing some grudges. So you're not calling these folks and spilling out your emotions and cursing folks out. You calling to listen. You're calling to hear. You're calling to understand. You're calling to receive. You're calling to say, hey, I just was calling to check on you. I just wanted to see how you was doing. It's been a long time. I know we've been through some things. I know a lot has happened, but I want you to know that I love you and I am better. I hope you are as well. How you been? Having these conversations is not saying, hey, you better agree with me because this is what happened. This is what's going on. That's not what the conversation is about. It's not what it's about. Having the conversation is to listen, is to check on them, to see if they are walking in their pure potential. Okay? To see the work that they've been doing as well, to understand their perspective and where they've been. That's what this is about. Okay? So right there, we got our law of pure potentiality, our law of intentionality, our law of detachment, because we are detaching from the outcome. We're not making this call because they better do this and they better do that, and the outcome better be this and the outcome better be that. The law of detachment. Okay? And what I want y'all to keep in mind is that law of least effort. So 4 out of the 7 laws we're covering, you have the opportunity to practice right now. 4 out of the 7 laws you have the opportunity to practice right now. Over this next week, you take your time. You do it when you feel like it. I'm not going to rush you. I'm not going to pressure you. You do it when you feel like it. But I will say, once you make the call, after you make the call, I want you to burn that paper. I want you to burn that paper. Go outside, go far away from your home, and I want you to burn that paper. You are letting it go. All the grudges, all the hurt, all the fear, all the anxiety, all of the trauma, all of the negative thoughts that plague your mind that's preventing you from connecting with your spirit, connecting with your Ori, your higher self, your divine self. You are letting it go. Let me tell you, Deidre, I had a conversation with mine. Okay. My father probably watching this. Okay. My father probably watching this. I found out in our recent conversation that he said when people ask him who his daughter is, he pulls up my YouTube. So he's probably watching this. If you are, hola padre. I hope you are well. Okay. I hope you are well. But I had a conversation with mine. So I'm not telling y'all to do anything that I have not done myself. You know? And again, when we have the conversation, it's been a long year, longer than that. Okay, it's not a conversation of negativity, a conversation of you did this or you did that or who did what. It's hey, how you doing? I hope you're well. You recently had a birthday. How was your birthday? Let's feel the energy. Let's feel the vibe. And when I say the vibe was well, the vibe was well. The vibe was well. We set the tone and the vibe was well. So it's possible, family. It's possible. Okay? It's possible. And again, detach from the outcome. I don't know what's to come next. I don't know if it's going to be a phone call every day or every month or whatever. I don't know what it's going to be, but we detach from the outcome and we just enjoy it for what it is. I enjoyed the moment. So I told y'all that after you have these conversations, I want you to go outside far away from your home and I want you to burn that paper with those grudges and with that hurt and with that trauma. Let it go, burn it. And then when you return to your home, I want you to take you a spiritual bath. Let's go. I hope y'all taking notes. I'm going to give you some herbs. My ASMR. Y'all heard it? I'm going to give you some herbs. I want y'all to take a spiritual bath. And I just want to say as well, when I give y'all these herbs, right? So it's a couple options here because some people ask me, what herbs should I drink? What spiritual bath should I do? When I give these herbal recommendations and these crystals and stuff like that, because I'm going to give y'all some crystals too. When I give you the crystals and things like that, I want y'all to keep in mind that these herbs can also be used for a spiritual bath. So they're not just for drinking. You can use these tools because these are all tools. The herbs, the crystals, all of that stuff is tools. You can use these tools however your spirit leads. So I may say spiritual bath, but you can make you a mojo bag, a little bag that you could carry around with these herbs and crystals and stuff in it. You can make you a juju jar with these things. You could turn it into a gratitude jar. You can do you can burn them, burn these herbs and create a smudge with them. There's so many things that you can do. Again, you could drink them, spiritual baths, so on and so forth. There's so many things you can do. So I'm gonna give you a list of herbs. I'm gonna give you some crystals, make you up a spiritual bath with them, make you a tea with them. You can make a drink, a smoothie or something, because of course one of the things we're gonna have is some coconut milk. So you could make a smoothie or something with them. You could turn them into oils. Absolutely, there's so many things. Okay, so let me give you some herbs, and the intention of these herbs is to tap into that heart chakra. Okay, because this is going to take a lot of heart chakra work. This is literally this work right here is connecting heart chakra and solar plexus. We are cleansing and releasing emotions and opening ourselves up to love. So solar plexus and heart chakra. Let's get into it. So herbs that you are going to utilize this time around with the intention of releasing negative emotions as well as opening up that heart chakra to receive. So release the negative, release anything that is blocking you, and receive love and light. Herbs, we're going to do lemon balm, calendula, motherwort, rose, hawthorn, and rosemary. That's 6. Lemon balm, calendula, motherwort, rose, hawthorn, and rosemary. Okay. So again, though that combination of herbs, you can roll them and smoke them. You can burn them and smudge them in the house. You can take a spiritual bath with them. You can make a tea out of them and drink them. If you bought the book, I saw somebody in the chat, in the Wellness Community group chat today, you said you finally received your book, 20,000 Secrets to Herbs. Y'all could be looking these herbs up and seeing all the other benefits they have as well, aside from just the heart and the solar plexus. Okay. If you choose to take a spiritual bath with these herbs, I want you to add a little coconut milk or coconut water, and that is to help connect you to your divine self, connect you to your ori. Okay, that's to help connect you to your ori. So a little coconut milk or coconut water, okay, helps connect you with your ori, connect you with that divine intuition, your divine higher self. So just add that into the bath, add those herbs in there. Now some crystals, that's good. Let me go down. I got my notes. Hold on, family. Let me go down my notes. Some crystals, that's good for the same purpose. Rose quartz, of course. You know, we got to have our rose quartz. Aventurine, malachite, and amethyst. Rose quartz, aventurine, malachite, and amethyst. Okay. Calendula. Calendula is the other herb. Calendula, I believe, is Calendula, like calendula. Calendula, okay. And then also for the sister queens, huh? For everybody who owns a poom poom. If you got a poom poom, those herbs are also good for a yoni steam. They're also good for a yoni steam. They're also good for a face steam and a face cleanser. Okay, so you can use it. You got to remember, it's not about how you use the herbs. It's about ensuring that however you use them, it has the opportunity to enter your aura, to enter your body, to enter your portal. I told you the pores on your body are your portals. Your skin is your largest organ. So your pores are your portal. How will they be able to enter your portal? So you could smoke them, smudge them, whatever you need to do, drink them, bathe in them. Just make sure that somehow, some way you can submerge your portal in these herbs. Okay. That's the key. And again, you can make you a juju jar. Y'all know a juju jar. You can put the herbs as well as the crystals and anything else your spirit leads into the jar. You can make you a juju jar and put that on your altar. And as you want to, release some things, you could put it on your altar and do it that way. And then you could take the jar out. And when you do your burning ceremony, you release the herbs and you put the paper, you could literally put it all in a smudge bowl and you could burn the herbs as well as your release paper all together. That's another good way to do a burning ceremony. Okay, yes, you can make a tea with the herbs. There's so many different things you could do with them. So those are some options. With the crystals, of course, you could hold the crystals, you could put the crystals in your bath, okay, or around your bath, just have them around you, okay, hold them while you are in the bath, in the spiritual bath. You can hold them while you're drinking your tea. There are some folks who will literally they will put the crystal over their tea and do some Reiki work where they transfer the energy from the crystals into the tea. So y'all, these are so many spiritual practices you can do with these tools. Again, these are just tools, and there's so many practices that you can do with these tools. But I do want to remind y'all, you are the altar. You are the altar. If you don't have a single herb, if you don't have a single crystal, if you don't have a piece of now coconut milk, you can still do this work. You are the altar. The Ori dwells within you. Your higher divine self dwells within you. You are the altar. The same way you would have an altar for an Orisha, your Ori is an Orisha itself. That is the Orisha that dwells within you. So your physical is the altar. Okay, so the only tool that you truly need is you, your own intention, your own will, your own purpose. Okay, so move in alignment with that. If you don't have a single tool, it's okay. You can still do this work. Now, it's one more thing, and then we're gonna head out. Okay, we're gonna head out. I just want to give y'all a few reminders. The first reminder is, when it comes to understanding the law of detachment, I told y'all part of the law of detachment, of course, as we read in the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, get into it. With understanding the law of detachment, when you detach from the outcome, when you detach from the outcome, I want you to detach from the idea that you are owed anything. I want you to detach from the idea that you are owed anything. And when I say detach from the idea that you are owed anything, I want you to remember that an apology is not always necessary. Okay? An apology is not always necessary. Accountability from other people is not always necessary. I want you to detach from that as well. Okay. So if you are truly going to do this work and you are truly going to make those phone calls or not, I want you to remember that you can release these things without ever receiving an apology. You can release these things, these feelings, these emotions, this fear, this trauma, or you can release the grudges without ever receiving an apology, without ever receiving their accountability for their actions. You can let it go. Detach from the idea that they owe you an apology. Because guess what? You don't owe anybody anything either. You don't owe them either. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them an apology. You don't owe them anything either. So, a part of detachment is not only detaching from the idea that they owe you, but I also want you to detach from the idea that you owe them. And guess what? Only you may know that. As I told y'all before, family, when you are learning this information, you have to remember that not everybody is receiving this information. Not everybody is prepared to even, be open to receive this information. So I want you to remember that your understanding may be a bit different, and that's okay. It doesn't make one above or below, better or less than. It just makes it different. Your understanding may be different. So you may have to have some, some sweet ways to say, oh, hold on now. We come with love, and that's my favorite. I'd be like, I come with love. How you doing? Hey, I'm coming with love. How you doing? If the conversation go left, hey, I come in understanding. I come in understanding. I want you to know I love you. I come with peace, and I just want you to know I love you. Sometimes you just got to remind folks of the intention of the conversation. So if the conversation goes a little left, if the conversation, if they start getting a little accusatory, I don't want you to get into an argument or a negative engagement, okay, and start going back and forth about, well, I ain't gotta say because remember you. I want you to just say, hey, I just can't. I came with love. I'm coming in peace. I'm coming in understanding. I hope you are well, and move forward to another conversation. Okay. Again, I want you to detach from that, family. All right. Now, keep in mind that this energy lasts up until the 11th. Okay, this energy lasts up until the 11th. So try to do your burning ceremony, and release all of that. And when you come in the house, when you come in the house, I want you to immediately get to your gratitude work. Once you do the release and you let it go, get to your gratitude work. This is the final month of the year, family. So our gratitude jar should be stacking up. If you don't have a gratitude jar, get one started. You get you an old jelly jar, an ice cream container, whatever you got. Get you something, and I want you to start writing down what you're grateful for on a piece of paper every day, and put it in your gratitude jar. Put it in there. Make them little gratitude deposits. Okay, what are you grateful for this year? Add it to your gratitude jar. What are you grateful for? What feelings, what emotions have now replaced those negative ones? Add it to your gratitude jar. Feelings of love. I'm feeling peaceful. I'm feeling calm. I'm feeling the ease. Gratitude jar. Me writing it all down and putting it in our gratitude jar. So you wrote down everything you wanted to release. You let it go. You went out. You burned it. Now come in, and I want you to replace it with positivity. Replace it with the emotions that you desire, the courage, the strength, the peace, the wisdom, the love, the joy, and start adding that to your gratitude jar. And those will be your manifestations. Those gratitude papers in your gratitude jar will turn into manifestations of abundance going into the new year. Okay? So when it's time for the new moon to approach and it's time to start manifesting, because you've been so gratitude centered, all you manifesting is an abundance of what you are already walking in, because you've been manifesting in gratitude. You've been walking in gratitude. So release all this negativity. Let that go. You got up until the 11th to do your work. Okay. And if you're a little late, that's all right. But you got some time to do your work. And then for the rest of the year, I want you to walk and step and stride in gratitude. Okay. Because when we usher into the new year, okay, when we slide into the new year, we are just manifesting an abundance of the gratitude that we are already walking in. We are manifesting an abundance of the peace, of the joy, of the light, of the ease, of the freedom, of the calm, of the wisdom that we have already been walking in, because we filled up our gratitude jars. So if you ever forget to do your gratitude jar, I want you to remind yourself, what's in this jar is what I'm going to manifest an abundance of coming up into the new year. Whatever's in this jar is what I'm going to manifest an abundance of coming up into the new year. Don't you leave your jar empty. Don't you walk into the new year with no empty jar. Okay? Don't walk into the new year with no empty jar. After Empress. Empress said gratitude. Oh, Empress, that's my girl. Hey, I saw your picture, girl. I didn't. Empress, this is my girl, y'all. Hey, Empress, the gratitude jar after the spiritual bath. Hey, girl. Y'all, this is my sister. I hope that you are well, girl. Yes, gratitude jar after the spiritual bath. I didn't even know that was you sneaking up on me. Okay. But yes, family, I hope that you enjoy yourself. Enjoy this full moon energy. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. Don't be afraid to practice what you preach. Don't be afraid to walk in your knowledge, even if it's new knowledge. The only way you will really be able to be who you think you are is if you act like what you know you are. Okay, you have to just know. You have to just know. You have this idea. That's why I said be who you think you are. The only way you will be who you think you are is because a lot of us have this idea of who we want to be. You have this goal person of who you want to be, but the only way you could be who you think you are is if you walk in who you know you are. You now have this knowledge. You now have this information. Walk in it. Practice it. Do it. And you will be it. You will be it. What good is the wisdom if you're just sitting on it? Don't just sit on it. Do it. Be a better person. And the key is, and I'm gonna end it, okay? Because I ain't gonna sit up in here with y'all all night. Huh? Darcel said I think Darcel said he going live at 6:30. One of them. I said she going live at 6:30. Listen, I don't want y'all to ever in your life think that as you grow, you gotta forget where you came from. The best thing you could do is tell your story. The best thing you could do is remember all of you. Remember who you've been, remember where you are, and know where you're going. And as you get there, always remember every single part of you. Remember every single part of you and tell your story, because it's going to be somebody who meets you where you're going and they're going to wonder how you got there. And you're going to have to tell them about this very moment when you were sitting where you are right now and your emotions right now and your space right now. So I want you to remember where you are right now, because when you get where you're going and you teaching, you an example, you somebody's mentor, you got to tell them, hey, I used to be here. I used to be here. And this is what I did. This is the books I read. This is the stuff that I practiced that helped me get where you see me now. Okay? So always remember and never be shamed. Always remember and never be shamed. Okay? I love y'all too. I love you, Melly. I love you, Deirdre. Okay, Shantae, Carolyn, I love y'all dearly. I will see y'all soon. EI is on live. Okay, so we're going to go sneak up on her. Okay, thank y'all for coming and pulling up. I hope y'all like the new setup. Huh? It's cute, ain't it? Ain't it cute? I like it. I hope y'all like it too. Much peace and happy full moon. Peaks December 7th at 11:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Get into it. Look up in the sky. It's going to be big and bright and beautiful. Here come Diddy pulling up. You know Diddy got to pull up. Say bye, Diddy. He's sleepy. He's sleepy. Okay, love y'all. Okay, enjoy yourselves. The full moon, the energy, the shadow period ends December 11th. Okay, but if you're a little late, it's all right. Okay, it's all right. Love y'all dearly. Peace.